Welcome back to The Legend of Eos Trails for Daybreak, where we currently stand in front of the underground maintenance tunnel in Riverside because we're on a side quest on a 4SPG to try to help out Lashkar, and Bracer Grey here made it sound like we are in for a full-on dungeon. I'm ready, let's get going. This might be the only chance we get to save Lashkar. Alright, let's head in. I had a feeling we wouldn't find anyone. I'm actually sensing someone further in. This tunnel has a pretty complicated layout, though I can't make out very much. Myself was not detecting anything other than monsters in the vicinity. If we stop to look around right now, it'll just eat up time. Let's wait until we're further in. Yeah, there's no time to waste. What do you say we take the shortest route we can to the far end? I'm sure we can handle anything that comes up along the way. Good idea, let's hurry. What are they planning to do by bringing him in here anyway? Just what are they after? And why Lashkar just doesn't... Something wrong? Nope, I'm just thinking about how you seem a little unusual for a Bracer. You felt for Lashkar, listened to his troubles, and even now your main focus is on saving him. Kind of feels like you can really relate to the little guy, which would mean you've been through a lot yourself. I'm just trying to do what I can to help. I mean, he's counting on me, so I have to keep him from making the same mistakes I did. No idea what's wrong. Oh, nothing, just having a little chit-chat, it's all. We're coming! Nice work out there, kid. How are you feeling? Your body getting used to it yet? Yeah, it feels good. I can get as angry as I want. I can hate as much as I want, and it fills me with power. I get stronger the more I think about them. The ones who murdered everyone in my village. Looks like he's taking to it even better than we expected. In that case, we should be able to up his dosage. You know, I wasn't expecting much from the rumor at first. This kid got some pretty serious rage built up inside. You got a real nose for talent, Commander Javid. Especially to find a kid like this among a bunch of peace-loving rubes like the ones here in Calvert. What makes you say that? It's pretty easy to spot talent in the Blacklight District, don't you think? At least easier than spotting it on the battlefield. Letting this kid fade into oblivion would have been a real tragedy if you asked me. If we raise him right, he'll make for a hell of a warrior. If I get stronger, I can do anything. Otherwise, I couldn't protect. Yes, think of a hatred as your fuel. Seems like I was right to have high hopes for you. And it looks like our visitors have finally arrived. Or did you think we wouldn't notice? These guys must be part of that one Jäger group from the Central East. The Scorpions of Zard, I think it was. I'm surprised they noticed us. Guess the rank of Captain still means something, even in a C-tier Jäger group. True, even they did get knocked out of last year's F game in the first round. The group dispatched to Rassium was one of our least skilled units. You'd be wise not to conflate them with the best we have to offer. But that little mishap did force us to reflect on increasing the strength of our military prowess. What are you doing here? This is none of your concern. Lashkar, what have you done to him? They really have been giving him enhancement drugs. They seem different from ones Almata were using though. Don't get the wrong idea, he came to us with nowhere to go, seeking power and tormented by loneliness. All we did was give him the means to convert those feelings into the power he so desperately wanted. Enough, you really think you can get away with manipulating a child into taking narcotics? I'm offended you'd put our herb on the same level as that poison Almata like to dole out. See, in our homeland there aren't any laws that prohibit its use. So it hardly seems fit to judge by your standards, don't you think? And you wanna know something funny? It's not illegal in Calvert either. Is this really what you want, Lashkar? I thought you wanted to be a Bracer that you could protect Annie. Whatever happened to that little boy? Is this what his idea of strength is? But back then I couldn't protect anyone. I understand why you'd want to drown in your hatred. Maybe I understand better than anyone else. But even if you were to accomplish what you hoped to with it, would you be able to take pride in your actions? He's right, you know. Getting that kind of power as a child is a way of haunting people for the rest of their life. I've seen a lot of kids broken because of it. Can't say it's something I'd recommend. Right, it isn't the type of power you want. It'll end up swallowing you whole. There's a strength beyond all the suffering you're feeling, but it's one you'll have to find for yourself. If that's all it took to throw him off, then maybe the kid really was a waste of time. It's not that simple, he's feeling conflicted. We can show him that the path we've laid out for him is one of true power. Then he'll find his resolve. I guess that means we've got to prove we're right, Ren. And yes, I look for an opening and try to pull Lashkar out of here. Can you free door the fire until I get to him? Understood, we do our best. And I forgot to heal in between because I thought this was a dungeon. And dungeons usually start with a healing point. We were given a job and we're not leaving here until we finish it. Lashkar's coming with us.
Destroy them! I won't make this easy!
Blossom for me! Holy bloom!
Thanks a
It's
lot.
a million!
I won't show any mercy.
Might want a boost here.
Don't
One skill
underestimate
coming right up!
Be gone!
Now I'm mad! Good luck!
Don't underestimate me. Get ready!
Activating skill. Take this and this! I say sorry, but I will not!
Eat steel! Eat steel!
I'll take you on!
Initializing drive.
Thanks
a
a
lot.
million!
Let's do this.
Low boost! Hit them where it hurts! One skill coming right up!
You aren't getting away. Cross. Thunder.
Boost gauge enhanced! Now I'm mad!
That leaves the commander.
Activating skill.
Eat!
A chance!
Stay on guard. It's up to
Activating
you,
skill.
Yes.
Here I come! Yeah!
We can win.
Full boost! Hit them where it hurts! One skill coming right up!
Have no choice. We can win.
One skill coming right up! Now!
Okay. You're stronger than I thought. I suppose I underestimated you. You're right, we are strong. Even without Van, we're fully capable of putting a stop to your schemes. Captain? The kid's gone. What? Don't try to call foul now. A feint is a valid strategy in warfare. As Jaegers, I'm sure you know that all too well. Damn it, we failed. After all the time I told you to keep an eye on your sixes. Nice job, Gray. You know, you're not half bad. Ever considered becoming an assassin? Now that Lashkar's safe, there's no need to stay here any longer. You think you can run from us? Pin them on both flanks. Come on! Oh, consider it. You must be a real hit with the ladies. Not that I have eyes for anybody but us, of course. Come on, let's get going. Lashkar, are you awake? Is the drug wearing off? No, I can't, damn it. I don't think the drugs are affecting him anymore, but he still seems pretty unstable. That's why he wanted an easy solution, a way to run away from it all. That's why we're able to reel him in. He just has to keep moving forward. He needs to face what's going on inside him. No matter how difficult that may be. I know he can do it. Even if he did hit a bit of a snack, he's still... Look out! An ambush? We'll never be able to hold off as many of them. Ha! It'll take an act of a goddess to turn the tide in your favor this time. So what's this gonna be? Fight and with death or hand the boy over and leave with your head still attached? I don't think so. You messed with the wrong kids, Scorpions. You did a bang-up job on your own, Grey. Now let us handle the rest. You guys! Sorry we're late. Took us a little to put together what was going on. Cindy Lane had other business, but I figured we could spare the rest of the crew. Can't believe the Scorpions of Sard are behind all this. I'm sure you filled his head with all kinds of crap, trying to turn him into one of your child soldiers. I didn't think the guild would come out in full force. What do we do, Captain? We withdraw. Too bad about the boy, but we have little choice. Really? Didn't you hear me? I said withdraw, it's time to cut our losses. We can't afford to waste resources right now. Come on! Damn, would have preferred to capture them, but they're fast, little suckers. Oh, Lashkar, I'm sorry. I didn't realize what was happening. Kinda. Damn it. Damn it all. Do you think you've managed to calm down a little? Calm down? What do you mean calm down? Me pretending to be calm was what led to all this. None of you adults understand. They all just think I'm sad or holding a gun. But while I was just sitting around, almost our martyr bastards were killed off. So why do I feel so empty inside? Please somebody tell me why. I get it now. You went after revenge. You had all these feelings of anger and sorrow. And once it was over, everyone wanted to go right back to normal. Once I found out Nero was gone too, I just couldn't take it anymore. I thought if I just could run away from it all. Some of those guys from Zahad started telling me that drugs could help me escape what I was feeling. But I'd never lose anything ever again if I just got stronger. Lashkar, I know exactly what you're feeling. Being powerless, it's... No, you don't. Grown-ups don't understand anything. Hey, we understand a lot better than you think. I told you before, didn't I? We're the same. I lost my family to Almata too. All I could think about was revenge. But I found my way back. That's why I'm here now. You lost your family? Kinda figured it was something like that. So he's finally come to terms with it. Well, good for you. But that's why I have to... Do you really think those people were your best chance? You want to be strong, right? But if it's true strength you're after, there's a better path for that. A path where, no matter what style you choose, it'll be a strength you've earned. A strength that's yours and yours alone. That's why that shortcut they promised can't hold a candle to what you can do on your own. Even it'll be a struggle to get there, you have plenty of time to find your way. You just have to be a bit patient while you look for it. That's how it was for me and S too. Right, I'm sure you'll find something that'll guide you in the right direction. And once you do, you make everyone in Cray Village proud, Annie included. Right, I almost forgot. Gray handed Lashkar a handmade charm with a Bracer Guild emblem on it. This is the charm that Annie made for me. At first I thought maybe you'd forgotten about it, but now I realize this is what you were running from all along. Because if you didn't, you might remember the person you were. The real you. If your heart still aches at the sight of it, that's a sign that you haven't given up yet. It's not too late, Lashkar. We can move forward. Together. Why? Once Lashkar settled down, the group decided that bringing him back to the guild would be the best option. Due to Lahad's familiarity with the drug that was used, he was able to treat Lashkar's symptoms quickly and efficiently. Thankfully, the substance only been administered a handful of times. Lashkar was expected to make a full recovery. Both Zin and Elaine were concerned for the boy and rushed back to the guild upon hearing news of his situation. So that's what happened, huh? Well, looks like Gray ended up being the right man for the job after all. Glad you were able to rescue the kid before it was too late. I must commend the rest of you for coming to his aid as well. Your arrival seems to have played a pivotal role. And of course, Agnes, Swin, Nadia, thank you again for all your support. Of course, we would never turn a blind eye to Lashkar, or any resident of Quail Village for that matter. Furthermore, it's our duty to help others advance stat. Honestly though, we wouldn't have made it very far without a certain baseline training laying the groundwork for us. I just did what anyone else would do. Besides, I'm the one at... Personally, Lard was one who impressed me the most. How'd you learn to detox someone like that? Never really thought of you as the brainy type. What, you thought I was just some meathead? See, in the Central East, it's not uncommon to run into people using drugs and herbs like that. And I was stationed at the guild there, they did a pretty good job of drilling us on all the basic treatment methods. That being said, they only treated the symptoms. You need to be examined later by an actual doctor. Won't going to a doctor give him a record for doing drugs though? Yeah, I could see that being an issue for any background checks in the future. For most people it's a good opportunity for rehabilitation, but for Lashkar, it'll just make it harder for him to get back on the straight and narrow. That's true, we need to remember to keep his future in mind when making further decisions. Yeah, I would ask Isabel. Do you think we could let Isabel treat him in secret? That way his record would be kept clear. The doctor from the Blacklight district, I've heard she does good work, but... you must be joking. How could we trust him to some back alley doctor? Take it easy, Alvis. In spite of where she's from, I can at least vouch that she's a fairly competent doctor. Still, you must have a pretty good reason if you're willing to suggest something like that to us. I want Lashkar to face up to his mistakes. As we mentioned, taking him to a normalist will result in him having a permanent mark on his record. But it won't actually affect him until he gets older. I worry that he won't learn his lesson. Oh, I get it. You think having him treated in the Blacklight district will act as a kind of wake-up call? A trial by fire, huh? That's surprising coming from you, Agnes. You might be right though. Could be exactly what he needs at the moment. Not you too, Lard. Elaine, say something to them. Surely you don't think this is a good idea? Well, it's certainly not ideal, but she makes a good point. And as long as we have some safeguards in place, it might be worth looking into. The guild will handle any negotiations with Isabel. They raise the money for treatment too. However, that does mean we'll be the ones setting all the terms as well. We move forward with it as long as nobody has any objections. What do you say, little lady? Yes, that sounds fine to me. Just want to help Lashkar get back to living a normal life again. Understood. Let's go ahead and talk this over with Hazel. We get the ball rolling on everything. Well, alright, I guess I'm willing to compromise. Thank you all for being so understanding. I suppose now the only thing left is to deal with Lashkar's emotional state. He's been drowning in his pain for so long, I think getting him to work through it all is going to be pretty difficult. Still, I have a feeling he'll be alright in the end. Yeah, me too. He'll be fine as long as he's got people like Gray to sympathize with him. I think we might be overestimating what I'm capable of. I mean, it's not like I'm a therapist. Lavi Arnold, a B-rank bracer stationed at the head of branch in Le Mans. She was tasked with working undercover to gather intel. A lot of her information was obtained by spying on Armata. Unfortunately, she was killed in the line of duty. She was your older sister, wasn't she, Gray? So that's what he meant. We know you lied about your nationality and work history to get into the guild. And we know the reason why you were trying desperately to enter the Republic. In fact, we've known for a while now. You wanted revenge. That's what all that training was for. And all that digging through confidential info. So that's why he understands how Lashkar feels. You knew the whole time? Then why would you let me stay? I took advantage of my position to do so many horrible things, so why... Well, let's just say we spent a lot of time observing your behavior. I'm sure you've realized it for yourself by now, but that grudge isn't the only thing that's been motivating you. That's right, you continue to display a strong sense of both conscience and duty. Your actions don't lie. Kaina, are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. I think I'm finally beginning to understand what Lashkar's been going through. I just want to thank you all for giving us another chance. Of course, this isn't something you should have shouldered on your own. Takes a village, right? I heard you've been keeping an eye on Lashkar for a while now. They told me you leapt into action as soon as you found him. Words can't express how grateful I am. Hear that, Grey? You've done a lot for the people of Edith. So let me ask you this. Where do you want to go from here? Do we even need to ask? I want to keep moving forward and I want to keep protecting the city. Well, if that's what you really want, then you better prepare to work your ass off. I feel like maybe I said something I shouldn't have? I think it's alright, yeah? You're fine, Kaina. Actually, you just did Grey here a pretty big favor. I'm glad we are here to help. Those two are going to be just fine. Yeah, they'll get back on their feet in no time. But it probably wouldn't hurt to check in on them every now and then. Yeah, I want to make sure their problems end with us. Solving problems isn't exactly what I'm known for, but it feels pretty good knowing we helped to save a kid's future.
All in a day's work. Reward deposited.
Good.
Confirming schedule.
Good, but I would probably spend the rest of the episode just talking to NPCs and all that, and but will probably extend into the next episode as well. If you don't care about that, until next time. Otherwise, let's continue. Great. Again, thank you. I could never have saved Lashkar without your help. And it also gave me a chance to face myself. Anyway, I won't let any of my previous work be in vain. I will move forward from this. For my seniors, for Lashkar, and for my sister. I plan on consulting with our headquarters on what to do with Grey. Well, as long as he's as passionate about Bracerwork as he was before, I'm sure he'll be fine. Maybe I should ask them about my other thing while I'm there. I really can't thank you enough for helping Lashkar. I'll make sure to keep a better eye on him from now on. Maybe I should talk to him about his worries too. I have a feeling we might have a few in common. Anyway, I may not be good at talking about feelings, but it's something we have to learn. He seems to be doing better still. We should probably give him some space. I'm really glad you guys got to Lashkar in time, but I can't help feeling like we could have done more to prevent it all. We probably should have paid more attention to the kid. Well, thankfully, Grey made up for where we were lacking, and that gets him a gold star in my book. It would probably be a good idea to have him work more with Lashkar in the future too. Forging his nationality, joining the guild for personal revenge? He's admitted to it all, so he received due punishment. Still, these are extenuating circumstances, and that's not even to mention how hard he's worked in the past. I'm sure those over at Le Mans headquarters will see reason. Well, the least I can do is help end this thing on a good note.
A story of blood-stained Earth, and of how a young band of soldiers...
My grandma was finally discharged from the hospital. When health was really on the decline last year, I figured she might be leaving us for good. That's why I asked Aquat Solutions for help in visiting her. But to think she'd actually improve? Anyway, thanks again for going through the trouble. It really meant a lot to me. I'm glad to hear she's doing better. Man's not with us at the moment, but I'll be sure to tell him later. So the grandma
What
is
would you
better.
like? Please stop by again sometime.
Elon has been awfully chummy with Wesley lately. Well, that's fine. There's actually something else I've been worried about. Sometimes Elon can get a little caught up in new ideas. For example, this new venture of his. It feels like it's going to be more of an issue than it's been in the past.
So sleepy.
We should also make sure to keep the view of Trion Mall in mind. Perhaps we should test it out. What do you think, Elon? Yes, you're right. And if we had to hold an event on the roof, the atmosphere would be quite compelling. However, I have a feeling the equipment setup will present an issue. Still, I think it would go a long way in boosting Western department stores' overall intrigue. If we try and think outside the box a little, I'm sure we'll be able to pull it off nicely. Think outside the box. Don't you think that's a little too vague? Well, I suppose nothing will change if we don't at least try. I see what we can do. As long as I'm willing to change with the times, a manager can always play with their store's strengths. Nostalgia has its uses, but you need to let go of the past eventually. The future holds so many new opportunities after all. Actually, I'm in the planning stage for my next venture project right now. We're still brainstorming, but I'm sure my next great idea is right around the corner. Think outside the box. I try to keep that in mind. Anyway, I'll be doing a little tour of Trion Mall today. Perhaps I have something that could give me a bit of inspiration. As for whether or not we'll be able to make their strategies work for ourselves, I suppose that's the real question, isn't it?
What can I get for you? Hope it's to your satisfaction.
We went sightseeing with a couple that was quite familiar with the area last year. They managed to show us places that weren't even on a map. Oh, what was the place we went to? I would love to see it again. Mistress, I think it might be best if you forgot about that establishment. Perhaps I can show you a more interesting spot in exchange? Wait, is she talking about the Blackleg district and the arena down there, or what it was?
Please, at least consider my offer.
I was just testing to see if I can synchronize my laptop's writing software with my T-phone. If it works, I'll be able to write even when I don't have my laptop on me. The amount of time that could save. I'd be able to complete all my reports in no time. Maybe I even finish this one earlier than I thought. My list of interests has expanded rather significantly lately. That's why, in addition to my studies, I've been considering submitting a short essay on one of the Institute's competitions. And now that the T-phone allows me to use all my free time and travel time to work, I should have no problem getting it done. Well, that is none, yes, and friends? Odette and Albert, what are you two doing out so late? We wanted to meet up to go over today's events. Yeah, thanks to our hard work today, Buffy. Little Birdie told me you guys were doing some investigating when you noticed the bomb. If it weren't for you, there was no telling just how many people could have been injured. So really, thank you very much. I can be grateful for your job this time at least, Agnes. Of course. Yeah, it was no sweat. We're just gonna make triple sure Barney Waters when he gets back. Before I forget, we had something we wanted to pass on to the two of you. Oh yeah, it was a list of all the clubs participating in the festival, along with that kind of activities they plan on doing. I know you guys transferred here mid-semester, so I figured it might help you gain your footing a bit. I didn't think I'd see you after school, so I actually left it on my desk. I'll just give it to you tomorrow. Wow, that's so nice of you. Can't wait to see what all the clubs are doing. Thanks, Eddie and Birdie. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Wait, back up. Did you just call me Daddy? Why does it seem like we already had this conversation? Albert says some of his memories. Well, I guess that's alright. Everything should be on track.
Okay.
I wonder when Wen's coming back. I know I've grown a lot from not being able to lean on her all the time, but there's just so much work. I was awfully impressed by how Miss Toa dealt with that incident. Being able to deal with issues under duress isn't a skill everyone has after all. Maybe she's been in worse situations in the past? I mean, she was captain of a Courageous for a time in Arabonia, so yeah.
Seek out never-before-seen treasures as the curtain
What are you two
unfolds
up to?
on an all-new adventure.
No,
The adventures of
I don't want to,
Prosper
and you can't make me.
Calamity. In theaters
Don't be like that, Mina. Starting next month, you have to go to class without me. That sounds like fun, right? But I always be sure to pick you up at the end of the day. So how about we do a little test? No, I don't want Mommy to leave. You have to stay with me forever. It's been a while since he's thrown a tantrum. I didn't think it would be such a struggle.
Take wing and soar above the court.
No, Mommy needs to be with me always. I decided to have Mina go through a few test runs of Sunday school recently. She's fine with it when I sat in for her lessons, but she didn't want me to leave. Of course, I can't come to all her classes. She's going to have to get used to it. Is she maybe too young for this? I thought I remembered being alright with it when I was a child. Oh god, him again. Jacobin. My pure-blooded brothers and sisters of Kalba, take the time to remember what's been taken from you. Our identity as true citizens of Kalba has been tainted over the past century. We must come together to drive out these invaders. The future of our nation is at stake.
Let's go.
Hey, don't ignore me. I'm telling you to step off your soapbox. I warned you about this last year, didn't I? If you refuse, I'll be forced to come back with a warrant. Alright, that's work finished and just in time for the final train too. That means I can start my trip to Langport without any worries. Well, at least until it's time for negotiations. Whatever, I'll make sure I live it up at the Eastern Theater tomorrow. Alright, this is before she arrives in the Eastern Quarter.
So sleepy.
We meet her with Van.
What's on the menu?
Nothing. Menu is empty for the day.
This will be better this year. Great point. Now playing in a theater near you. Take wing and soar above the court and blaze a trail for those who follow.
Let's see. I need to buy.
We embarked on a journey.
Take that, Ronald. Look us a good look for you, bastard. Eat dirt.
The Return of the King. Now playing.
I remember him from 2 years ago. It sounds like he got quite a grudge against Ronald too. Guess the news has already made the rounds. Obviously don't have all the details, but this seems a little harsh.
A story of bloodstained
I mean, if he was one of the guys that got beaten by Ronald or something, or threatened or something like that.
now playing.
Hey, look at this. Someone just posted a special expose on Nina Fenley. Oh, I didn't know you could get stuff like that on your T-phone. Now I really want one. She's so cute in the pic though. Honestly, that natural beauty aesthetic she's got going completely sets her apart from the other celebs. Yeah, no kidding. She might not be as much of a glitz and glamour girlie as Judith is, but what she's doing works just as well. Her acting's supposed to be pretty good too, but honestly, I think her looks really speak for themselves. Totally. Oh, and her hair looks so silky. Like, seriously, give me a list of all her hair products. All people ever talk about is how good Nina's acting is, but don't you think she's like picture perfect too? I mean, she's practically a doll. I need all her skincare tips stat. You know, I used to buy celeb tabloids all the time, but now all the goss is up on the Orbelnet. Probably because the T-phone's been so popular lately. Man, this thing's really got it on, huh? I'll be graduating soon, so I've started applying to all sorts of vacancies in Edith. I keep getting lost on the bus though, so I end up getting to my interviews too late. But I won't let that stop me. Just have to add time spent being lost to my schedule from now on. Yeah, Lilian is out, so we have another store clerk. Lilian is not here today, but I can still help you with whatever you need. He apparently went off to Langport to try and make deals with some of the other pharmacies. He also said he'd be meeting up with his family again, although he seemed a little conflicted about that part.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Allow me to
your
assist.
attention, please.
Hope to see you again.
If you need fresh
Alright,
vegetables
that's the shopping done. Tonight's dinner should be wonderful. Still, I'm sure it would be even nicer with my husband around. Life can be so boring without him. Come to think of it, that girl I used to speak with, Beth was it? It's been a while since I've seen her.
So sleepy.
Did something happen in Langport? A lot of our trade companies seem to be having issues lately. A bit worried it'll start affecting our supplies of important foods. Although I suppose we should be alright for the moment.
Let me know if you need anything at all.
Canned ripe fruit.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. If you need fresh vegetables and ingredients that are directly sourced from farmers, look no further than Holden Groceries.
Please come back
We
anytime.
invite everyone to come and see for yourselves.
And that's Beth. Oh man, I thought I'd finally net myself a good guy too. Guess he was only playing with me. Why is my love life such a mess? Am I doing something wrong? Wait a second, is that Margaret? Well, I guess it's not so strange, but to think we'd be shopping here at the same time. Should I maybe go and talk to her? Not like I have any other friends. If only I hadn't doubled down after finding out I misunderstood her.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
I didn't think that Blade would ever
On
look
the roof
good
of this
again.
building, you
Well,
will
I guess I
find
should
a
have expected
restaurant
as much from you,
surrounded by
Sylvie.
greenery.
I never get tired of watching you work. Just so you know, I don't give out discounts for kind
Should you need a
praise.
break from your
But
shopping,
can't say I don't
you are
appreciate
more
it.
than welcome to relax
Oh,
there.
before I forget, I just finished maintenance on one of your dad's guns. Lieutenant Colonel's packing some serious firepower. Think you could take it back with you? Of course, leave it to me. Daddy's gun is all beat up, but that's just a testament of his skill in battle. My knife's got a few nicks here and there, but it's nowhere near his level yet. I've known Sigourney for a long time, since she was practically in diapers. Honestly, that girl's engaged in a lot of serious training regimens, but she doesn't really have much to show for it. That being said, you can really tell how hard she's worked just by looking at her knife. You don't get nicks like that from wood carving.
If you need something custom made, I got you covered. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. I'll get more good stuff in stock soon. On the roof of this building, you will find a rest area surrounded by greenery.
It may be spring, but the night's still far too cold. For times when the seasons are in a bit of a limbo, I always suggest layering up with your apparel.
To relax there.
Of course, if you have any question about doing so, I'd be more than glad to help you out.
Welcome! Thank you for coming! Please stop by again!
What's on the menu? Thank you for visiting the Westin.
We don't hold events at night often, but a lot of our customers like to spend some time enjoying the evening breeze once they're done shopping. Hopefully I have a stand up and running soon, so they can have something to snack on. Make sure you stop by next time too.
What would you like? Please stop by again sometime.
Good.
Let's head out.
Center Marché. We might be getting home a little late today. Actually, your mother should be heading back soon. What do you say to grabbing some takeout before we leave? Good idea. How about we get that meat pie Mom likes so much? Ah, that's some smart thinking, kiddo. You're such a sweet boy, Kane. We'll have meat pie for the entree then. Why don't I buy you some of your favorite cake for dessert? Yeah, I can share it with you and Mom too.
Feast your eyes on this.
I'm told that Lashkar's in safe custody now. Honestly, the worry that boy put us through. Part of the blame falls on me, though, for failing to notice the heavy pall hanging over him. I have to tip my hat to you kids for sorting this out. No amount of thanks is enough.
Oh, what can I do for you? Drop by again sometime, yeah?
I just can't seem to find a vendor who's willing to take on my family's produce. The only stall I haven't asked it is owned by the market manager Romain. He's famous for having strict standards, so the idea of being under his scrutiny has my knees knocking together. I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask, but still. If this doesn't work out, I have nowhere else to turn. What do I do?
Take a look at my wares.
My original fashion brand is geared toward young students. Wear our clothes and popularity will be yours. That's the idea.
Anything strike your fancy? Thanks.
More and more customers looking for weapons. More and more of my evening customers have been looking for weapons rather than hardware lately. Dealing in arms is a hassle and a half, and the toll it takes on your nerves is nothing to scoff at. But at the end of the day, it's how I keep a roof over my head.
Want to take a look? Come again.
For as much as Moses loves his board games, the poor dear has never been very good at them. Though by the look of things, it may just be that he holds back against me in particular. Still, I consider little acts of kindness like that to be the secret behind our happy marriage.
Let's go.
The true appeal of board games lies in the social interaction they provide. Even now I'll pick up the newest releases for my wife and I to enjoy together. In fact, we have plans to play one tonight. I'm counting down the hours as we speak.
Oh, hello! Welcome! You're welcome back anytime.
A tipple always tastes better after dark. You kids look a touch too young for that though. We also have a range of non-alcoholic cocktails for sale if you're interested. It may not be the real thing, but the flavor should be to your liking.
Hello there.
Thank you.
Time for another swig.
So lively.
Can I interest you in a nice hearty bouillabaisse for dinner? It's chock full of nutritious seafood bought fresh from a trout stall.
What can I get for you?
Extra chunky bouillabaisse.
Thanks for shopping.
Check out what I have on offer.
Nice workout there today, Karina. I think you just earned yourself a little evening drink. Maybe I stop by Lao Chao's place and pick up some of the fancy stuff before heading back.
Hey, welcome.
We've got the best goods that money can buy.
You know, I was thinking of asking your mother to make vongole pasta for dinner tonight. I just can't think up a good dish to have with it. How about fried fish? That's an entrance, sweetie, not a side. Still, it does your old papa proud to know you've always got fish on your mind. I bet Von Go pasta and fried fish will go great together. Or about if we close up shop and head home and find out then? We wouldn't want to keep your mother waiting.
They're as fresh can be. Woohoo! Thank you.
Oh, a dinner at the Center Marché after a long shift at work is simply incomparable. The offerings are so diverse that you can easily find something that suits your fancy on any given day. To say that's half a reason I do business here in the first place would be no overstatement. Don't you just adore the way jewelry glitters in the moonlight? It's enough to have a wearer simply brimming with confidence. Why not make a purchase and see for yourself?
Better not be window shopping. What, done already?
Yeah, you offer nothing good. Or nothing new, rather. Hey there, folks. You're just in time for our nightly meat bonanza. To heck with turning a profit, I need everybody to help me get my inventory out of the stall and into their stomachs.
Okay. What can I get for you?
Beef.
Thanks a bunch.
These kiwis are nice and ripe. I wonder if we have any left over later. But I could share them with Kane and his parents. Hurry and grab yourself some fruit before we close up shop. Act now and I give you 3 fully ripened kiwis for only 10 mirror. Just be sure to eat them all before the day's out. How about it? They make for a great late night dessert.
Let me know if you need anything at all. Please, come back anytime.
I can't believe Ronald would do something so stupid. Was he really the one behind today's bomb threat? Don't act like you didn't know already, especially considering how close your families are. Can only imagine how much his dad paid you to turn a blind eye to all this. Everyone involved needs to be held responsible for his actions, including you. I can't say I disagree. I mean, the fact that I overlooked his behavior during my time as student council president, I have no excuse for what I've done. Sorry, I shouldn't have blown up on you like that. I know you've already paid more than enough for his mistakes. Perhaps, but regardless, what Ronald did was a crime, and he will not be escaping the consequences this time. Frederica, so that's how she views the situation. I think I understand why she's so jealous of Ren now. She probably doesn't want to admit Ren's doing a better job. Gonna keep her pride intact somehow. That idiot ignored my calls just for this? You're a bit of a spitfire, James.
So sleepy.
Well, Nadia, we still have to do. We still have work to do. I'm thinking of going out for some night fishing. I don't want anything distracting me from a catch, so I plan on filling my stomach here at the marsh beforehand. Come to think of it, Makino and Shannon have been getting a lot more comfortable with their rods lately. Maybe it's time I taught them how to do some night fishing on their own. So yeah, I promised to do a magazine interview after close-up shop tonight, but the journalist came early and started watching my every little move. It got me all tense. How is a guy supposed to work like this?
What's it gonna be? Later.
So that's the eponymous proprietor of Cateau de Dune. He's certainly not short on enthusiasm. Tiger seems a bit down in the mouth somehow. Well, he did get flat out rejected not too long ago. The little guy is more sensitive than he looks, huh? Some customers will tell me that drinking coffee too late in the day keeps them awake at night. That varies from individual to individual, however. Others say they actually sleep better after having a cup. My recommendation would be to add a generous portion of milk to a light roast. Doing so keeps its stimulating effects to a minimum without compromising the soothing aroma. This will allay your fatigue while still allowing for peaceful slumber. Highly suggest giving it a try.
Welcome! Thank you for coming!
And so we buy an espresso for that, yeah?
Please stop by again!
One of the regulars here insists that cafe lattes and the like are the only acceptable forms of coffee. The owner is the lenient sort, so I'll hold my tongue around him. The very idea reeks of ignorance.
I can't get enough of this heavenly scent.
You know that man who's always sitting at the counter? He keeps claiming that coffee should be black and nothing else. But if you ask me, coffee that isn't sweet doesn't even deserve a passing sip. My goal is to become a barista like Mr. Ward. I've even been getting one-on-one coffee brewing lessons from him. He's really too good to me. I just feel like there's a limit to how much information I can get in Edith. Anyway, have you found anything over in Orasian? Yeah, just like you said, something weird is happening with the stock market. But it's difficult from what happened last year, right? When the Quincy Company and Edward's prices crashed? From what I remember, Vale's investment bank was the one that came to the rescue. Exactly, it's not like their reputation was at an all-time high. The people's faith in them has basically plummeted. However, I've actually noticed a new player in the market recently. There's one new investor, he's been buying up all sorts of property in the Republic, even Edith. So that's what's affecting the market? Yeah, if you hadn't said something in the first place, I probably wouldn't have picked up on it. I kind of thought it was just a lucky guess, but you've got some real journalistic instinct, don't you? Well, I did have a little help. But anyway, why don't you tell me the name of that investor? I would, but all I have are his initials. It sounds like Maria's been pretty busy lately. Boy, Maria's natural instincts and dogged thirst for scoops really catch me off guard sometimes. But they also stoke my competitive spirit as an RG reporter, Royal Guardian, as a Royal Guardian reporter. I'm gonna keep looking into this through my own investigative channels. Oh, hi Agnes. Out of a town with a substitute brigands? I heard about how you handled today's incident at the academy, by the way. Mind if I get an interview later? As nice of a town we have to pass. Oh, well, okay. You must be pretty busy anyway, if you're still at it this late at night. As for me, I just got a lead on this case I've been dogging for a while, thanks to Ferdinand here. Now comes the part where I really have to work my butt off. You guys hang in there too, okay? Welcome back, Shannon. Hey, I bought everything you wanted on your shopping list, plus a few snacks for good measure. Actually, wanna hear something crazy? They gave me a ticket for the lottery I was checking out. Why don't we try and give a wheel a spin sometime? A lottery ticket, huh? What's the grand prize? I think it's an all-expense-paid trip to some island resort? Just imagine all the rare fish we could catch there. Oh, you're right. We could totally make it a fishing trip. I'm sure Kai would be all for it too. Alright, it's planned. Let's try and spin the wheel tomorrow then. Yeah! We're pretty serious about fishing, huh? You know, I've noticed it's kind of rare to see kids and teens fishing in the Republic. It's a little funny, to be honest. We know so many people in Crossplay and the Empire that are maniacs about it. Oh no, I totally forgot we had customers. Sorry for the wait, you guys. Here, why don't you take some free samples? Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Ah, you should put them to good use. Yeah, thanks. Makino's grandpa owns the store. I work here part-time, but Makino's running the counter for today. So, since we can't go out and have fun together, I'm hanging back to give her some help. Kyle and Viavet is probably off night fishing somewhere. I've only done it a few times myself. He needs to show us the ropes one of these days. You guys fish too, right? Always nice to meet a fellow hobbyist. Usually our regulars are the only other anglers we see. Well, I guess there's that one guy the other day. Maybe there's a bunch more out there just waiting for us to talk to them.
Something you're looking for in particular? Talk to you later.
Okay, but looking at the time, this is enough for this episode. We continue looking around Edith next time. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.